So, did the Hawaiians gang up on Captain Cook and stab him in the back? Yes, they did. But they did it for a lot of good reasons. When Captain Cook arrived in 1778, it also was Makahiki time, which is the time of a festival where the Hawaiians celebrate the return of the wandering god Lono. And Lono was to appear in a canoe with white sails. And lo and behold, Captain Cook sailed into the harbor with 3 ships with white sails. And so the Hawaiians, naturally thought that he was either a very big chief or a god. Now there is some argument that the Hawaiians say, we're not so naive that we thought he was a god. We thought he was a big, powerful chief, though, and we respected him, and we opened our arms to him, and we shared with him the bounty of the Makahiki festival, all the food, all the fresh water, and unfortunately maidens as well, because the girls, the wahine, wanted to mate with these great chiefs or white gods, as they thought they might be. So there was an intermingling there that wasn't real healthy for the society on a lot of levels, because the soldiers, we won't go into the effect of all the diseases that the sailors spread, but there was an unhealthy intermingling, shall we say. So after a couple of weeks of Captain Cook's men eating the Hawaiians out of house and home and running off with the girls, Captain Cook decided that it was time to go. So one of the reasons that it was time to go is because one of the sailors had died in a wrestling match. And of course, then the Hawaiians knew that these were gods, because gods don't die. But the ruling chief, Kalaniopio, he said, so what? He's still a great chief. I respect and admire him and give him, all the bounty of my island. So after Captain Cook had eaten them out of house and home, he decided it was time to go. The mood was changing. They weren't really feeling as welcome. And so one of his masts had been broken. So what he did was he went to the heiau, where there was a wooden image of Ku, the war god, and he took that wooden image and he used it to repair the mast on his ship. So the Hawaiians went, well, God, he's not a god because he doesn't respect other gods, but so goodbye, aloha, thanks for stopping in, hope you never come back again. So Captain Cook sails away, but on the next day, the next night, there's a huge storm, and there's an lightning bolt, and it hits the mast where the Ku statue was. It breaks the mast in half, and it forces Captain Cook to limp back to Kealakekua Bay. Well, at this point, the Hawaiians were lying on the shore. It wasn't a welcoming crowd. The skies were sullen and gray. It was a bad day at Black Rock. And Captain Cook decided that what he would do would be to take the ruling chief hostage, which is what he often did in the South Pacific to control the native populations. So he goes ashore with a couple of men. They go up to the ruling chief, Kalaniopio, who was a very aged and frail man, and he physically tries to drag the chief into his skiff. Well, his wife, who weighed about 350 pounds, a traditional woman, sat on the chief and wouldn't let Cook drag her husband away. So you can imagine this scene. Cook is pulling him, the wife is sitting on him, there's agitation, things start going wrong, and all of a sudden there's a fight. And the Hawaiians then, who are now enraged at the way that they've been treated and the way he was dealing with their chief, did, yes, attacked Captain Cook and, yes, did stab him in the back many times. But in my mind, it was justifiable homicide because they offended and trampled upon all of the traditions of the Hawaiian people. So, did Captain Cook deserve what happened to him? I won't go that far. He was one of the world's greatest navigators and did contribute a lot. But that he met his demise in the Hawaiian Islands was not the Hawaiians' fault. Thank you.